Yes. So welcome to performance testing demo class. And today we will discuss about the performance testing. What is the performance testing process and why exactly we need to do the performance testing. So these are the agenda items and today we will discuss, and so that I will give you some clarity about the performance testing process and using the load runner tool, how exactly we can able to work in the real time and what kind of situations we need to do the performance testing. So that we will discuss today. So this is the agenda topics today. So it will tell you about the in today's agenda. So what is meant by the performance testing and why we require the performance testing in the real time situation for any kind of application, and what kind of different types of testings are available, and that also we will try to see. And the tool which we are going to learn is the load runner tool, and that architecture also we will try to discuss. And I will show you the architecture, what are the components are included in the tool, and those things I will show it. And later I will open the tool and I will navigate to the tool and I will record a simple application and I will replay the script. So how exactly it's gonna work, so we can able to identify it here. Okay, and later we can discuss on the course content and what are the topics we are covering as part of this course, and that we will try to go through the course content whichever we are covering. And at the end of the session, so if whatever the doubts, if you have any questions, and we can take up the questions and I will clarify. So if you have any doubts apart from this course, so we can discuss on that also. Okay, so let's move on to the performance testing. So first we will discuss, so what is mean by testing. So we will start discussing with the testing process. So in the real time situation, so for example, so not only for the software field, if you take any kind of in the outside situations. So for example, if you want to buy a product, okay, so I will come up with the basic examples and later we'll come to the what exactly things we are discussing in the software process, so that we will try to discuss. So in the real time situation, for example, we are going to buy any kind of product. So that might be a electronic device or a toy or any kind of other products we can able to buy in the real time shops, right? So here, so what exactly we can do? So first, if we want to choose any product, so there will be the, with the same specification, there will be the multiple products will be there. So in that, what we will do, we will try to test which is the more features are available and what is the price of the product and how the performance of the product. So like all the functionalities are available inside the particular product or not, right? Such kind of testing we will do, and later we can try to choose which is my product, which is the suitable for my product. So based on my budget, based on my features, based on the functionality, so we will decide. So first we will test that product and we will see whether we can buy that product or not, right? The same way in the real time also, if you take the any kind of software field, any kind of software company, so if they are trying to develop the application, so there also they will do the testing and they will identify whatever the features they are expecting, all the features is available in their application or not. So first they will do the testing before they are going to release their application to the market. Okay, so in the market now we are able to access multiple applications in the online, right? We can able to purchase any kind of product in the online, or we can able to book any kind of service in the online. So how we are, so because the applications are available directly, you can search in the Swiggy or you can search Zomato and you can place a order. So before they are coming to the market, so initially they will do the testing. The testing is nothing but whatever the features they want to serve to the customers, whatever the features they want to serve to the customers, and that kind of features are existing in their application or not. If it is existing in that application, so that customers can able to access and they can able to purchase the product, they could able to book their service, and such kind of features they can able to access. But without doing any testing if they comes to the market. So for example, customer wants to buy a product from the some of the online application, but that functionality was not properly working in that application. So in such kind of situation, what will happen, right? So the product he can't able to buy. So immediately he will go ahead and raise a complaint, or he will go ahead and raise some feedback about that application. So obviously the negative talk will be spread, and your application will start getting the negative talks. So obviously the customers, another customer will not come and prefer to buy the product in your site. So if such kind of testing is not performed, so obviously they will lose they will get a bad feedback. Obviously they will lose the customers. If the customer they started losing, and their business also they will lose. So they will lost in the market, and they can't able to survive in the market. So that is the reason every application before they are releasing to the market, so every application teams, they will do the testing thoroughly, and all the functionalities are available in the application or not. If that application has available with all the functions, and the testing will be the success, and once the testing team has provided the sign off or go ahead, and they will release that product to the market. So once they release the product to the market, and the customers can able to access that product, and they could able to use the services of that particular application. So this is the reason testing has to be done for any kind of application. So if they haven't do the testing, and obviously whatever the customers was expecting, that functionality might not be available, and once it released to the market, and they will start facing, the customers start facing the issues, and obviously they will report, and they will post some feedback, and the negative talk will be spread, and they started losing the business. So to avoid such kind of situation, to avoid such kind of issues, so before we are moving to the production itself, we will do a proper testing thoroughly, all the functionalities, all the features are available or not, and we will test that application, and later we will give you a permission to go for the production, so that the customers could not face any such kind of issues, right? So this is why the testing will be required in the real-time situation. Okay, so now, so we are talking about the performance testing. So testing means, so every testing will be the same, but they have some different agenda, different target to concentrate, right? Here we have the multiple types of testings is available in the market. Okay, so usually if you take, so these types of testings will be available in the market. Market means in the software companies or any kind of application process. So these types of testing will be available. So you can take either the unit testing. There are different ways. So functional testing and non-functional testing both are major. So when it comes to the functional testing, so these types of testing will be there. So everything will be mainly targeted for the functionality. Functionality is nothing but when they have click on the login button, the user could able to log in or not. When they click on the fund transfer button, the user could able to make the fund transfers or not. When they are trying to place a order, the order is placing or not. So these types of things we'll call it as the functionality of that application. Okay, so as part of the functional testing, so we will concentrating on the functional testing only, the functionality of the application. But when it comes to the non-functional testing process, okay, so this is where the non-functional testing process. So this non-functional testing process will mainly concentrating on the, apart from the functionality, what are the other things we could able to concentrate. So if you take here security testing, documentation testing, sanity testing, and some kind of performance testing. Okay, so this is where our performance testing will comes under the non-functional testing area. So the performance testing main concentration is to, we will be concentrating on the non-functionality, which means the response times under the load conditions. Okay, there are different types of agenda will be there for us. So if it is the functional testing means they will simply test the functionality of that application. When it comes to the non-functional testing, so we are not going to test the functionality, we are going to test the application performance, how exactly the application is performing under the different types of load. Load is nothing but For example, if you take one user could able to simply he could able to handle the 2 kgs or 3 kgs of the load. If we apply the 10 kgs of the load on the same user, will he be able to sustain? Will he be able to handle such kind of load? The same way, if application could able to works fine with the single user, if I if I apply the multiple uses of the load onto the application, how exactly the application is going to respond? So if you take the real time, any kind of supermarket or any kind of online store, if you go, there are multiple users will come and they will access that application. So that means at a time the multiple users will come and access that application. In such kind of situation, will my application works fine or any kind of additional issues will be arised? So such kind of thing we need to concentrate on the performance testing area. Okay, so let's take like, so I will take a sample graph here and I will show you how exactly the application performance will be tested. Okay, so if you see this application, the reasons why you should load test your application. Load test is nothing but we need to apply the multiple users. We have to apply the load onto that application. If you take here on the application, we starts with the elephant, so which is a very height. So this much of the load we have applied on your application. Will your application able to handle such kind of user load or not? Okay, a multiple user load we will apply onto that application and we will see the any kind of issues was coming if you apply the multiple users of the load onto that application or not. Okay, so in the simple words, if you want to say, this graph will be give you the clarity. So the reasons why you should load test your application. If you take this, we have applied a load and an application. So let's assume like the box what we are seeing is the application server. So we are trying to apply the load. So not it physically. So virtually we have to apply the multiple user load, how the application is accessing in the real time. Okay, so that kind of situation we can able to see the performance of that application. Okay, so I will take here, so I will take a graph here. So one application, we will take a both applications. So example, ABC application is the one and XYZ is the another application. So this was done, performance testing is done for this ABC application and performance testing is not done for this ABC application. So if the performance testing completed application, how exactly it is responding, and performance testing is not done if any kind of application, if they went to the production. So both the application went to the production. So XYZ application started, the users are coming, the multiple users are coming to this application, and same way for ABC application also the multiple users are coming. Okay, so here as it is done, the performance testing already done, and we know like how much load it can be able to handle, how many number of users, either 500 or thousands, and whatever the load we are expecting, that load we have already tested. So what will happen, 1000 users also application, 1000 users also application can able to handle. Okay, handle here, but it may handle for 100 users without any issues. Okay, but when my application is going beyond that particular load, for example, if you are going greater than 100 users load, and you will see issues. So issues is nothing but here, whenever I say the issues, so you can see here issues is nothing but there are application might not be responded. Okay, so slowness, you can take, let's assume like slowness. Okay, application not availability, because as our application wasn't do the load testing priorly, so we know till 100 users the application is working fine. But when the more than 100 users are coming and accessing that application, and we started seeing the slowness, and application is not available, and he can't able to place any orders. Okay, so what will happen if the users are facing this kind of issue? So obviously, what ABC and XYZ are the, let's assume like Amazon and Flipkart. ABC is the Amazon application, XYZ is the Flipkart application, for example, you can assume. So in this kind of situation, what will happen? So if the XYZ application is not working, so obviously I will prefer to go for the ABC kind of application, right? Because XYZ application is not responding at all, and we can't able to place the order, and whenever I'm trying to access that application, it is not at all responding, and it is very slow, and sometimes we are getting timeout, some kind of 500 internal errors. So such kind of situation issues we are facing. So in that kind of situation, what I will do? So obviously I will go to the another, whichever is providing better service. ABC is providing the better service, and I can go to that Amazon and I can place the order. So what is happening for this user? So if I go to the ABC, so he started losing the customer, right? One customer he started losing. So obviously what will happen to this ABC application? He will started losing the business. He started losing the business, and also they will post some comments in any kind of social website. So obviously they will lose the reputation. Okay, and obviously their market value will be becoming lower. Market share will be the lower in the e-commerce site. Will lose. So this kind of thing will be happen if I have not done the performance testing. So if my application can't able to handle properly in the production, in the real-time environment, it can't able to perform properly. So obviously I will prefer to go for the whatever the existing application which is providing a better service. So obviously we will come here and we'll try to use this kind of the application whoever is providing a better performance. So here what will happen? They gains the business. Okay, they will increase the, they will start seeing the profits, right? They will get the profit and they gains the customers, and obviously so they will be the major role player in the e-commerce kind of application, e-commerce kind of market. So that is the reason the performance is the very important in any kind of real-time situation. So not only the e-commerce based application, if you take the banking based applications also, for example, one bank is providing a better service and one bank is not at all responding when it comes to the peak time. For example, every month first, so everyone will get the salary. So what they will do, everyone will try to log in and they will try to make some bill payments, they will try to make some fund transfers, they will try to check their balance. So such kind of load conditions, if that applications was not responding, obviously what we will do, so whoever is providing the better service, we will try to change the banks, our salary banks, to such kind of banks, right? So obviously the customers will not face, and also they will provide a better customer service, and they will fix the issues, whatever the issues was arising. So immediately they are not responding. So obviously we will go to such kind of banks, whatever the bank. So if one bank is not providing the service and if one bank is providing the better service, so obviously we'll prefer to go for the better applications. So this kind of situation, how these real-time situations, the users are able to handle that much of load, because prior we are releasing the product to the market, they are doing the applications, they are trying to test that application with 1,000 users or 2,000 users, whatever the count they are expecting. So they will do a load test and they will identify whether it can be able to handle the situation or not. So load test is the important to identify such kind of issues. So whatever the real-time application if you are seeing, and whatever the real-time applications if you are seeing, so can you please go on mute? One minute. Okay, yeah. So whatever the application we are seeing, so they well perform, they tested well, and they will try to identify is there any kind of issues was arising under the load conditions, and later only they will release their product to the market. So either it might be the 100 users or 1000 users or 500 users, and we will try to apply that load on the test environments, and we will try to see any kind of situations are coming or not. So who will be doing this kind of testing? A performance tester can be able to do with the tool, with the automation tools, like we have the multiple tools are available in the market. So by taking such kind of tools, and we could able to apply 100,000, 5,000, whatever the count we want to apply. So based on the tool will help you to apply such kind of load onto that application. Okay, the performance testing tool will be required. The performance testing will be required to do this kind of load test on the application, and based on that we can decide how exactly my application is getting responded under that such kind of load conditions. Okay, so this is why the performance testing will be required. So we will take another example. So what is mean by performance testing, and what is mean by the functional testing? Okay, so let me take another two graphs here. Okay, so we will take a mobile. We are planning to buy a mobile. So in such kind of situation, so what exactly the functional testing will be do, and what exactly performance tester will be do, we will try to discuss, so that you will get some more idea what is the functional testing and what is the performance testing. Okay, so mobile performance testing here and mobile functional testing here. So usually, so mobile functionality means what exactly it means? The functionality of the mobile, whatever the functionality we are expecting, that will be the mobile functionality, right? So if I want to buy a product, if I want to buy a product or buy a mobile, so what exactly I will do? The functionality means whenever we click on some gallery button, and it is opening or not, and showing the some images or not. Whenever we click on the call button, the calls are making or not. Okay, so whenever we open the camera option in the screen, okay, it is opening or not. So such kind of things with nothing but the functionality of that application. Okay, so whatever the actions we are doing, that action is performing properly or not, so that is nothing but the functionality of the application. Okay, so if you make the calls are going or not. If you make the text message, the message is going or not. Okay, some gallery button, if I click on the gallery button is opening or not. So this is meant by the functionality of your mobile. The same way, if the mobile, for example, a performance tester also going to test the mobile. So in such kind of situation, what exactly things he will consider is, okay, how fast the applications are opening in the mobile. Okay, so when we do the multitasking in the mobile, is it responding properly or not? Okay, multitask can be able to support or not. And if you take the bigger applications, the large weight application kind of PUBG, okay, PUBG kind of application can able to handle my application or not. Okay, how is the memory utilizations? Okay, we will discuss about the memory and CPU later, and that also usually memory and CPU utilizations also we will test as part of the performance testing process. But major focus is to, so the memory and CPU utilization if goes high, obviously our performance will be goes low, right? So that kind of situations also we need to concentrate. So if a mobile performance testing, if you want to done, how fast the applications are getting access, and when we are opening the multitasking, multi applications if you open, and is it responding fast or not? Is it can be able to support or not? And if I use the large weight applications like a larger size application like PUBG or any kind of bigger applications, any kind of gaming applications, okay, so it can be able to support or not. So these kind of things will be treated for the performance testing by any mobile. Okay, so functional testing means you will just verify whether the functionality is working for the whatever the functionality we are expecting, that is working or not. If we take the same performance testing, so he's gonna identify these kind of things, how fast the application is performing, how my mobile is performing when we are using the multitasking, when we are doing the multitasking, and if we are running some kind of gaming applications, and how exactly my mobile is responding. So this kind of test. So multitask is nothing but a load, a multiple users if it can be able to access, as the mobile will be used by single user, but he can able to perform the multiple application at the same time he can able to use, right? So such kind of multitasking we will try to apply, and we will try to identify your mobile. So like that, if you take the any product, if you want to buy a bike, so usually bike functional testing if you want to done, when we click on the power start button, the engine is getting start or not. When we release the clutch, the bike is moving or not, right? So how many number of persons it can be able to sit, the design of the bike. So such kind of things will be called as a bike functional testing. If you want to know the bike performance, and you can able to know what is the mileage and what is the speed it can able to achieve, what is the pickup speed, like how fast the bike can able to reach the maximum speed. So these things will be comes under the performance of the bike, right? The same way for any kind of application also, if you take a real-time application, okay, so here I will take one application and I will show how exactly the performance testing can be able to measure. Okay, so I will show you some demo applications here. So usually we will work on that application very regularly. So when the course is going, the completely we will try to work on the demo application, so which will help us to apply any kind of enhancements, any kind of scripting challenge, so we can able to use that application properly. So let's try to open that application first. So this is the application URL. So by defaultly with the software we will get this application. For example, this is the application. Okay, I have launched this application. So if the functional testing means, so what exactly mean? The username text box is available or not, the password text box is available or not. When I'm trying to enter some password, and it should be the hidden value, it should not be the displayed value. And whenever I click on this display button, the password is getting displayed or not. Okay, so whenever we click on the login button, and the user could able to successfully log in or not. So this kind of functionality, and the HP logo is here or not, the web tools logo available or not. So these kind of things the functional testing team will do. When it comes to the performance testing, so if I am a performance tester, if I'm going to do the testing for this application, so what exactly I will do is, at a time I will apply 100 users or 50 users, whatever the application can able to application team is expecting, the same load I'm trying to apply at a time, and all the 50 users will try to hit on the login button, and we will measure the how fast this page was loaded. Okay, when we try to apply the when we try to hit on the flights button, how fast this got loaded, either 1 second, 2 seconds or 3 seconds, how much time it has taken to load under that load conditions. So that's what we are going to measure. So if I click on the continue button, how much time it has taken to load this page. If I click on again continue button, how much time it has taken. If I click on continue, and how much time it has taken, the ticket has booked, and each page loading time we will try to measure as part of the performance testing process. Okay, so it's not with the single user, so it's with the multiple user load, because single user it works fine, there won't be any kind of issues for any kind of single users. But when the application move to the production, when the application move to the market, and the multiple users will come and access this application, so such kind of situation we will started seeing the issues. So such kind of situation we have to cover it as part of performance testing process. Okay, so here if I haven't done, so why will be the required the tools? So for simply you can start hitting this application, you can open a timer and you can measure the response time, right? Yes, we can also measure the response time like that, but I want to apply the 100 users of the load. So you can't ask 100 persons to come in and access your application at the same time and open your timers in your mobile and start measuring the response time of the each page. So that is not possible, right? So that's the reason, and that's the reason we will be needed a tool. The tool's name called as a performance testing tool. So I will try to show you the tools also, what are the tools is available in the market. Give me 1 minute. screen went black. Yes. So let me open the PPT and we will try to discuss the definition wise and what are the tools are available and how it is there. Yeah, Mahesh, you have any questions, and I can take it at the end of the session. Okay. So here you can see the definition wise what is performance testing. So performance testing is the non-functional software testing process to know the application behavior under the various load. So application behavior is nothing but the speed, availability, and scalability. So under the various load conditions, and we will try to identify the speed of that application. Okay. And the availability of that application. Speed is nothing but how fast the application is responding. Availability is nothing but if the same number of users are accessing a longer time, will my application available or not? Okay. So scalability is nothing but if the more number of users are coming and access 100, 150, 200, will my application could be able to handle such kind of situation or not? Okay. So this is what we are going to test as part of the performance testing process. So performance testing is the non-functional software testing process to know the application behavior under the various load conditions in terms of speed, availability, and scalability. Okay. The simple meaning, we'll apply the multiple user load and we will try to measure the application speed, and we will try to measure the application availability and scalability. So the major goal of the performance testing is to identify the performance related issues. The bottlenecks is nothing but which means by the issue. So in the performance terminology, we will call it as a bottleneck. The major goal of the performance testing is to identify any kind of performance related issues are coming or not. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to test it here. So here I have explained speed means does the application respond quickly enough for the intended users or not. Scalability means will the application handle the expected user load, or if it is go the beyond the expected user load, will my application scalable or not? So stability is nothing but how stable under the expected and unexpected conditions. So availability is nothing but will my application is available for the longer durations or not? So that is what we are going to test it here. So now let's consider like we have this many number of tools is available: load runner, JMeter, neoload, VSTS, silk performer, and RPT. Okay. So out of these tools, so here I will explain why the tool will be required. Okay. The tool will be required because we need to apply the multiple users. So if you want to apply the multiple user load and you can't able to ask the multiple persons come and access your application and open the timer and measure the response time, right? So that's the reason, and we require a tool to generate the load, a multiple user load on the application, and automatically, so we could able to test like this. So here you can take a user 1, user 2, like user 10 users are coming and they are accessing that application through internet, through the load balancer and web servers, app servers, and DB server. So the request will go when we try to hit the browser, the application on the browser. So automatically this kind of things will be happen in the background. So these 10 users will go ahead and access that application and will get back the response. So when the requests are going and the response is coming back and how much time it has taken, so that will be measured by the tool automatically. So that is the reason we will be required these kind of tools and to generate the multiple user loads and to measure the response times. Okay. So load runner is the one tool which is available in the market. So where we are going to learn the tool. So this tool previously it was developed by HP, and later the recently Micro Focus company was acquired this tool. Okay. So JMeter also is one important tool, and but in the real time, the most of the application. So out of the 100 applications, so most of the around 70 applications will be used the load runner tool only. So because it has the major features and it has the additional features also is available, and it provides the response times in a accurate way. So that's the reason the load runner was acquired major share in the market. And JMeter also is an open source tool. By default with Java you will get. And nowadays we have started seeing like 10 to 20%, more than 20% of that applications have started using this JMeter tool also. So we are trying to teach you is the load runner tool here as part of this course. And as part of this course, and we will try to learn the complete load runner tool in and outs. What are the options is available? Each option we will try to discuss, and the different types of challenges with the tool, and when we try to develop the script. So this tool will help you to develop a script. So I will show it now. So the tool, once we develop the script, and automatically we can able to apply the multiple user load onto the script. So that purpose we will be require a tool, and I will show you how exactly we can able to develop the script. So I will show you a sample script process, the recording and replay process. So about this load runner tool, and we will try to see the architecture of the tool. So this is the load runner architecture. So here we have 5 components will be there. So the components names I will list it down in the next slide. So this is of the tool. So virtual user generator. The first component is a virtual user generator. We can call it as a VUGen. Okay. So this component will help you to develop the script. So once the script is developed, and the controller is another component where we can able to apply in the controller multiple user load, you can able to apply. So to apply the load, and we will be required a controller, and we can able to design the scenario, and once that, and we can able to run the different types of test in the controller. And later analysis is nothing but once the test is executed, this analysis will collect all the results and will provide us the data, the response times, and how much time it has taken, and what is the average time, what is the minimum time, what is the maximum time during your test execution. Every data it is going to provide by each page wise. Okay. And this is the load generator. So load generator is nothing but, as we want to generate a multiple user load, multiple virtual users has to be created. So that virtual users will be created with the help of this load generator. From this load generator, a virtual user will be created, and they are going to hit on the application directly. Your application they are going to hit. So that purpose, the load generator will be required. And here you can see the communication will be happen with the controller to the load generator with the help of the agent process. So that is our 5th component. Okay. So we have to try to learn what is the virtual user generator, what exactly we can able to do in the virtual user generator, and that options, each and every options we have to learn. And controller also we need to learn completely, and how to apply the multiple user load, and how to design the different types of scenarios. Such kind of things you can able to learn in the controller. And analysis also, once the test is completed, what kind of things we have to collect and how to report the results to the application team. So if you learn these 3 components, and you will be perfect with the load runner tool. And here I have explained the components of the load runner. Virtual user generator for generating and editing the scripts, and you can able to use the virtual user generator, VUGen you can call. And controller is to, it is to design and execute the scenarios, and you can design the multiple user load scenarios, and you can execute the scenario here. And load generator, and it will help you to generate the load against that application. And agent process, so it makes the connection between the controller and the load generator instances, but you can't able to see it directly, and it is the internal communication, so it can't be physically visible agent process. And you will see only remaining 4 components directly. And analysis is nothing but, so it will help you to analyze the results, and it will help you to monitor the data. So I will show you that how exactly the analysis, also one sample analysis file I can open and I can show you. Okay. So now we will move to the, we'll open the script, and we will try to record a simple flow, and I will show you a sample script development, how exactly it will be. So I am opening the VUGen tool. Okay. So you need to install the software, and the software also we will be providing, and you can try to install that software. So trial version we can install in our machines. So our admin team will help you to how to install the software. Okay. So once we have installed the software and you can able to access this virtual user generator. Okay. So now we will show you how to develop the script with the help of this virtual user generator. So it's gonna take some time as it needs to load the more data, the more protocols data, and there are a lot of data will be there. So that has to be loaded. So that's the reason sometimes it's gonna take much time. Okay. So once the tool is launched, and you can click a plus button here. Okay. So I'm gonna record the application. So I created a script. And start recording. This is the recording button, and this is the application I'm going to record. Whatever the application I have showed, right? The same application I'm gonna record here. I think so we will discuss during the course what is these options and all the things. And start recording. So once I click on start recording, this tool itself will launch my application automatically. So that means the communication established with my browser and along with this tool. So you can see here automatically a browser has to be launched by the tool itself. Okay, now you can see a browser has launched. This is a Chrome browser which I'm going to use. Okay, so this tool has launched by this browser automatically, right? So now whatever the actions I'm going to done in this particular tool, and that communication is going to record by this tool. So before I'm going to do any kind of thing, and I need to start a transaction. For example, I'm gonna do login here. So you can write any names. Login I'm going to do. So I will tell you why we need to give this transaction name. So each page will be take it as a one transaction. Whatever the page we are going to navigate, the each page will be trying to take it as a one transaction here. So based on that, we can able to measure the response time of the each page. The tool itself will measure the response time. So I'm gonna do Jojo begin, and I will click on login button. Once I click on login button, the page will be loaded, and I can stop the transaction. Login page is completed. Now another transaction I'm going to do T02 underscore flights. Click flights, whatever the name you can able to provide. Click flights, and I will click on the flights, and you can see the page was loaded, and I can stop the transaction here. And next, if you want, you can choose, you can book a ticket. So we will try to give the name as find flight page. Okay, so I can click on continue. One page is loaded, and I can stop the transaction. And again, I can start a transaction T05 underscore choose flight. Whatever the name, it should be similar to the page action, whatever we are going to do. I have given it as a choose flight. Continue. Stop. T05 underscore payment details. Continue. So ticket booking is completed, and I can stop the script here. So if you click on the stop recording, automatically my script will be generated by the, my tool will be generated by the script. So you can see here, the tool is going to generate the script. So whatever the page, for example, if you take the banking application, so usually for the banking application, what kind of scenarios will be there? Fund transfer will be there, balance inquiry, add beneficiary. So if it is like an e-commerce based application, search for a product, add to cart, place a order. So such kind of situation, such kind of applications, you can able to record with the help of this tool, and automatically the tool will be generated by a script. Okay, the script has generated now. So you can see whatever the transaction names you have provided, login, click flights, find flight, choose flight, every transaction, whatever I have given there, it has recorded. So each page we have inserted in a transaction now. So now if I replay the script, so I'm going to replay the script here. If I replay the script, so automatically whatever the actions we have recorded, right, the same actions will be again performed by the script automatically. You don't need to navigate it manually again and again. Once you have recorded the script, once you generated the script, and you can replay the script, and the same action, the same ticket booking is going to perform on that application. So now I have developed the script, right? So here you can see the transaction names 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here you can also get the response time. So login has taken 850 milliseconds, click flash has taken 939 milliseconds. So like this, the timings also automatically this tool itself will be calculating and provide to us, right? So this is how the script development with the help of the Vusion. So once the script development is completed, so we need to apply some kind of enhancement techniques in the scripting. So in the course we will learn those, and once the script development is completed, the same script will be pushed into the controller. So in the controller, so where we can able to apply the multiple users on this load, either 100 users, 1000 users, whatever the user load you want to apply, that user load you can apply. So under the multiple load conditions, under the load condition, and it is going to measure the response time. Okay, so once the response times was measured, and we can open the analysis component. So analysis component will provide the response time like this. Okay, I'm going to open one sample analysis file. Okay, so if I apply the, for example, here I have run the test with 20 virtual user load, and I got the response time like this. Launch, login, flights, average. So like this, the response times you could able to get. So this tool will be done this job, and automatically you could able to get the virtual user data, how the average transaction response time, graphs, and how the hits are going to that application, and how the throughput is going. So this kind of data we usually get by this tool. And once we got this data, and we need to provide to that application team. So each transaction under this 100 users of the load, it has taken this much of the average transaction response time. We need to report this data to that application team, and automatically they will look if they are satisfied, and we can give it as a sign off. If not, and we have to provide it as a, and they can able to verify it, and they can able to fix the such kind of performance related issues whatever we identified. Okay, so here you can see the load testing process, and first we need to identify the scenarios, key scenarios, which are the important scenarios where the more number of users are getting access, and we need to identify the what is the virtual user load you can able to apply, and later we need to identify some metrics, and we need to create a test case. We need to create a script. Once we created a script, and we can simulate the load, and we can analyze the results. So these are the phases usually for the load testing process. So first identify the scenarios, and we need to identify the workload, and we need to identify the test cases and create the test cases. Okay, create the test cases is nothing but creating the script and apply the load and analyze the results. So these are the common steps which we need to done. And once we analyze the results, and we need to send the results to that application team. So this is what our job in the performance testing area. Okay, so here we also listed some examples. So if it is the functional testing of the car, and self-start is working or not, some kind of brake, some wipers is working or not, some when we switch on the lights is switching on or not. And when it comes to the non-functional testing, and this is how the mileage, speed, load of passengers, and time to pick up the speed, and how exactly it is getting reached. Okay, the same way, so business comparison also we can able to do, and what is the e-commerce based application is getting to, and what is the Flipkart kind of application is performing. So such kind of things what we already discussed it here. So now we will try to see the course content. What are the course content we can able to cover as part of this course, so which we have already available in the site also. You can able to verify it there also. Okay, so this is the course content. You can see here. So these are the some different types of course content. First is the performance testing life cycle we will cover. So as part of this performance testing process, all these areas we need to cover. Okay, so if you completely learn all these components, so our course will be the complete. So because you can see here, first the documentation base will be there, and later scripting, execution, analysis, and report and recommendations. Okay, in this course we have the load runner components. First we will try to learn, and later viewgen tool. So in the viewgen tool we will apply script recording and replay, and scripting enhancements, correlation, parameterization, checkpoints. So these are the different concepts is available inside the viewgen, and we will teach you these all areas. And later we will open the controller, and we will explain, we will try to teach you all the scenario types and what kind of scenario types is available, and how to design the scenarios, and what types of different types of test is there, and performance testing types also we will try to teach you as part of this course. And after this analysis, in the analysis, how to gather the results and how to prepare the reports and such kind of things also we will teach you as part of this course. And later, and you can see analysis, server side analysis, like the app dynamic tool we will try to teach as part of this course. And also Perfman is the one of the server monitoring tool, so that also we will teach you. And the two types of network trafficking debugging tools, so Fiddler developer tool. So those two things also we will cover as part of this course. And in the bottlenecks area, the issues wise, so these are the three issues we will try to give you some clear picture about the what is the memory leaks and what is the deadlocks, and how the load distribution will be happen in the real time. And virtual table server, so it is a data preparation tool, so that also we will teach. And some protocols like web protocol, web service, Ajax to client protocol. So these three protocols we will cover as part of this course. And apart from this, so we will try to help you, like the practice session, the daily practice session we will try to give you. The doubt session will be the Monday to Saturday, and weekly mock interviews also we will try to take. Okay, on every Sunday the mock interviews. So this mock interviews will be something like so you can able to know how the interview point of view the questions will be coming, and how you can able to answer that question. So we will guide you like how exactly you need to explain. So we will take like a real time, how the environment, real time interview environment only we will try to create, and we will try to take the interviews. So every Sunday we will try to take the interviews, and so that you will get to know by the course is completed, at least you can able to know like how the interview process will be. Okay, so first online training time will be morning 7:45 to 9, and doubt session, so based on the availability, so we will take a practice session. So directly you can share your screen and you can raise your issues, your concerns there, and they will solve you like which are the issues you are facing, so they can able to help you in this practice session or doubt session. And later every Sunday the weekly mock interview will be there, and we will also covering that also. And at the end of the course, and we will try to help you like the resume preparation and how to upload the resumes in the jobs website. And also we will provide you the interview questions and answers as part of whoever the persons was enrolled for this course, and we will try to provide all these activities we will try to cover in this 45 days of the time. So it will take a 45 days to complete this course, and we require the 45 classes most close to. So within the 45 classes we can able to complete the end-to-end course, starting with the how to get the requirements and until how to sign off the release. So these areas we will try to cover as part of this course activity. So if you have any questions, and you can let me know, and I'm stopping the recording. Yeah, we can take the questions offline. Yeah guys, please tell me if you have any questions. Any questions or doubts related to the market and how to apply for the jobs anyway.
Yeah.
May I know?
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, Sumati, tell me.
Yeah, this is Sumati here. Nice talking to you. And I have a question like, do we have, what is the scope of performance testing? How soon we can get a job after doing this course? And will any job assistance will be provided at the end of the course?
So job assistance is the means. So there is no we will not provide the guarantee, but based on the market, so we will
Okay.
once you posted your resume, and you will get a multiple calls in the market, and based on
Okay.
the requirements in the company, and we have multiple openings will be there in the real time in the companies. So they will choose your profile, and they will try to evaluate your profile. If your profile is matching with their requirement, and they will take you. So the market, based on the market situation, if they have the multiple openings, and you will get a lot of calls within a fraction of
Okay.
days when you place your uh, resume into the market. So we have
Okay.
Naukri is the one website, and which has the most of the recruiters will be considered that Naukri, and they will download your profile, and they will try to reach out to you. So assistance wise, so we are completely into the training wise only, and we will try to provide some assistance like how to take the interviews, and at what time you got stuck, and which question you got stuck. So that area we will
Okay.
try to
And
answer it.
okay. And how it is different from automation testing, performance testing, and automation testing?
Yes.
Differentiate. Can you please?
So automation testing is nothing but, so they are automating the process of the functional testing. So functional
Okay.
testing only will be covered from the automation testing area, right?
Okay.
So automation testing is part of the functional testing only, but they're trying to automate that process. So here we are trying to do the performance testing. So as
Okay.
I
This
explained,
is
right, different to different.
non-functional automation testing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sumati garu. And Harinath, can you please put up your question?
May I know the course fees, please?
You can check with the admin team, and they will try to explain you all the process. It's a 45 days of the time, and the fees related one you can check with admin. So this is the
Okay.
admin number.
Suppose if I miss
This
any
class
class,
will be weekly, 5 days, right? Monday to Friday or Saturday?
Saturday also we will take, ma'am. And if you miss
Okay.
any class, and we will provide the video recording also.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
All the videos will be available lifetime access, and you can able to access at any point of time.
Okay. And how the
100%
access
job
will be
placement.
given and to practice?
Sorry, practice
Access will
practice
be given
purpose.
for practice, right?
Yeah. So it is till the course duration, and after course is completed, maybe it will open for the 1 week to 10 days.
Okay.